Yeah, I might have done it again. Hello everyone and welcome back to Prestige Reef. By now you all know that I have a taste for weird, wonderful and potentially dangerous fish. For example, my regal angelfish which could chow down on my corals at any moment, and my 2 boxfish which could supposedly destroy my tank. A reputation which I'm pretty sure is a myth when you consider the comment section of my boxfish care video. The combined wisdom of all your comments has confirmed that the majority of people haven't ever experienced a tank wipeout from a boxfish, even if it died and the body wasn't recovered. So when I said at the start of the video, I may have done it again, what did I get? Well, you'll have to wait and see. Many of you will probably already have a pretty good idea, so why not take a guess in the comment section below and see if you're right by the end of the video. No cheating. Before we get to that however, I've got another very exciting new addition. Those of you that follow my Instagram account or saw my last video on making money from your marine tank, you will already know that I purchased a sun-kissed bounce mushroom as an investment. In America, buying, fragging and selling these oddities has become big business over the last few years, and they've just started to come to the UK and are selling for big money here as well, which suggests this craze is likely to explode here very soon. I've already managed to frag it a few times, firstly into 2 pieces, which I then let grow before cutting those into 2 as well. That gave me 4. Those 4 then healed up and it came time to frag them again, which gave me 8 good ones and 2 tiny ones where I accidentally made a cutting in the wrong place. They are pretty hardy though, and so far I haven't lost any of them. There's one thing I know for sure, when it comes to fragging expensive bounce mushrooms, it takes a very sharp blade, a steady hand and balls of steel. Only one of those which I had, as I was shaking like a leaf when I first did it. As I said, they have all healed up really nicely, and in theory, even if I sell the frags for half the price I paid for the original, as long as I can find the buyers, the cost will be covered in just 2 frags, and the rest of them are essentially free. I also have something else slightly different to show you. Most of my past tank updates consist of new livestock, however this time I have a very minor equipment update for you as well. Before I get to that however, I have a confession to make. When it comes to doing things half-assed, I'm literally an expert at it. We all have different strengths and weaknesses, and I have virtually no DIY skills. This weakness has forced me to master the art of fixing things in unconventional ways. A good example of this would be my Bangai Fry raising container, and let us not forget the time I fixed a pipe which was snapped completely in half with loads of Ecotex coral glue. To be fair though, it was an emergency and that temporary fix held for months. Anyway, back to my confession. Marine aquariums are meant to be a thing of beauty, but for the last 2 years, my lights have been laying on a couple of pieces of wood. In my last house, they were hung from the ceiling, however there is no ceiling above the tank anymore, therefore this was a quick solution at the time and I never changed it. The problem with this is that the lights were too close to the water, therefore I wasn't getting the best spread and some areas of the tank were not receiving enough light, while other areas were receiving too much. The time has come to change it, therefore I recruited the help of my fish buddy Tim, who seems to be becoming a regular feature on the channel, and we resolved this once and for all. Trust me, this wasn't an easy fix. Obviously with no ceiling, hanging them was out of the question, and the glass brace panels around the edge meant no brackets could slide onto them without hitting them. So what idea did Tim come up with? In the end we had to have a piece of glass made which could fit between the back panel and the central support so that it couldn't possibly move, which was then siliconed to the back of the tank for extra precaution. The brackets would then slot onto this and we're good to go. Although it's not as sleek as I would like it to be, the brackets will be covered by the wood panelling again once it's been altered to fit around the brackets. Therefore they won't ever be seen, and at least the corals will be receiving a better, higher quality light. Anyway, back to the bit you've all been waiting for. So what exactly is that new fish I mentioned? Well, for a very long time I wanted another risky fish, but as per usual I managed to resist it for years. The problem we have as fish keepers is when we are able to resist something, it's usually extremely hard. Therefore when you go out with another fish keeper, they only need to give you a little bit of encouragement to push you over the edge to buy something a little more adventurous, which is exactly what happened.
You want to see what we got? Uh-oh. Ta-da! You see?
That's right, I'm now the proud owner of not just 2 boxfish, but a cowfish as well. Instantly, I nicknamed it Not Cheese, purely because I know that as soon as I post this video, the comment section will be filled with people calling him Cheese, after another famous and sadly deceased cowfish. However, Mindy said that Not Cheese is not an acceptable name for a cowfish, so eventually I settled for Jeeves, which is far more acceptable. As I said, I've always wanted a cowfish because they have a reputation of having great personalities, not entirely unlike boxfish. However, it wasn't long before I noticed that Jeeves is very different to Pablo and Rosie. Those two are always really excited to see me, whereas as soon as I walk in the room, Jeeves stops whatever he's doing, hovers perfectly still, and just stares at me with those little devil horns, almost like he's plotting my demise. I look forward to sharing updates with you on him in the future, as they certainly aren't the average fish, but for now, I'll have to sleep with one eye open. I hope you enjoyed watching my video. Please feel free to comment below if you have any questions. If you did enjoy it, why not click that like button and subscribe to the channel. Have a good week, and I'll see you next time, if Jeeves doesn't get me first. As always, I just want to say a massive thank you to the people that support me on Patreon. Never underestimate the value of what you do with regards to keeping this channel going. You've all been brilliant. Thank you.